What up, guys? Dan Does Games back at GCDC Global, and a very happy belated Valentine's Day to you all. I hope you all had a great day. If not, don't worry. You got Grand Chase and you got your boy, Dan. Me. And what a better way to celebrate than to make a guide for Raid 3, the Great Explosion of Kounat. 7 stages, 7 bosses. I got timestamps for each section in the description below. This is going to be a long one, so let's get it started. Starting with 3-1 Alcatraz Prison featuring Barry. Some of our allies are imprisoned and we need to save them and kick Barry's cat butt. If I can first direct your attention to this spectacular map, boom. Wow. Let's give whoever made this map a thumbs up in the video simply for his top-notch Photoshop skills. Alright, enough ogling, let's go over it. So you spawn at the bottom and the map is a grid of prisons with the final boss being at the top. These 3 green blocks are the allies we need to save, or don't, and their entrances are marked in red. For saving them, they join the party and give a bonus. Tevez will disable the traps in the raid. Narushi has a strong skill capable of one-shotting the robots that spawn adds, and Verona shields allies and can dispel summon units. Like I mentioned before, there are traps and they come in 3 flavors. Boulder traps will knock you back and stun you. Net traps will immobilize units, and arrow traps will damage and slow your party. Lime and Ronin are good to bring to cleanse crowd control effects if you want to forego saving Tevez. Taking a look at the challenges, the most difficult would probably be the 1 minute 50 second clear. To optimize routes, I have 2 options that I like. Option A, this is the route to take to avoid all traps and go directly to Barry. Along this path, you could take a little extra time to save Tevez and Narushi. It depends on your party's DPS. Option B, this route is around the same distance as A but picks up Veronis, who helps take care of the ads, which sometimes I find useful. If you bring Lime or Ronin, those 2 net traps shouldn't be a problem and you get an extra ally. If you didn't get enough time with this map, don't worry, I'll have an imager link down in the description below so you can study it some more, and feel free to share it with your friends. Moving on to 3-2, The Execution featuring Kalisa. This is a pretty straightforward fight. First, you start off with 2 waves of ads. Then on wave 3, the archer Nia shows up with some more ads. Once beaten, starting at wave 4, Nia moves to center stage, becomes invincible, and starts dealing heavy damage while Kalisa shows up with more ads. There's nothing you can do about Nia, so target Kalisa and take her out quickly to finish the stage. Next up is 3-3 King Corrupted by Demonic Energy featuring King Arsad. He wields weapons from Veronis, Nia, and Kalisa, and as such can use their abilities as well. He has Veronis Shield Push and Dispelling Punch, meaning summoners like Lei are ill-suited for this fight. He has Nia's Railgun and Elemental Bullets that debuff, and he has Kalisa's Enemy Gathering abilities. Most annoying is his unique skill Big Rising Sword that deals massive damage and puts a major debuff on the team. The attack can be cancelled, so heroes like Elysis or Seichart are going to be imperative to bring along. It should also be noted that any debuff he applies cannot be removed with Cleanse, only if he hits you with his Dispel Punch. However, if you cancel his charge attack and dodge his railgun attacks, this stage should be fairly easy. One of the more difficult challenges for him is going to be clearing the stage without an assault hero. I believe the majority of skill canceling heroes are assault. The SR tank Zero would be an obvious substitution, but he won't arrive for us in global for another 2 months. Dolahan is another skill canceling unit, however I don't know how many have him leveled up, especially since his nerf. So the route I went with, and this wasn't easy, was to use Ronin's shield to cancel the damage from his charge attack. You still get the debuff from this skill, so you'll be racing to kill him before he kills you, which is going to be difficult considering Lei is gimped and you can't use Lass. This challenge will probably be easier when we get better weapons and heroes in the future. Next up is 3-4 Baldanar's Creation. The main gimmick of this stage is that Baldanar's Creation receives 80% less damage from all sources. However, the tentacles it summoned share damage with the host. So the main strategy is when you see a red arrow on one of your heroes, be sure the party moves towards another tentacle so that they stack up. Then your AoE units can hit all the tentacles and do more damage. Baldanar's Creation also likes to stun your party. The main party shoots a cone from the eye, and the tentacles have a circle around them that appear. If you don't want to step out of the AoE, bring Ronin or Lime and time your cleanse to avoid the stun. The most annoying skill though is that Baldanar's Creation will occasionally eat a party member. After doing so, he gains a shield and won't let that hero go until it is broken. Afterwards, your party receives a big increase to damage that stacks each time, so avoiding this skill is ideal. The trick to this will be to use Lei and Jeeves. You can use Jeeves to distract and push away the boss, while the main team focuses on the tentacles. Lei, a shielder, and a healer can accomplish this pretty easily. Next up is 3-5 Chief Researcher Fermat. The arena is 4 squares along the corners of the map and 1 square in the center illustrated like so. Over time, 1 random square will be electrified, and heroes will take damage and have reduced speed. There are lights on the inner corner on each of the 4 outer squares. A red light means that the square is about to be electrified. An orange light means that the center square will be electrified, and a green light means the square is safe. As time progresses, the number of electrified floors increases and it will become 2 random squares, then 3, and so on. Eventually, if it gets to the point where the fight has lasted so long, all 5 squares will be on permanently, and your team will be in great danger with the constant damage. So the key to this stage is speed. There are 3 waves of enemies. The first wave has adds and a mini-boss. For a quicker run, you can round up everyone first and then nuke this wave. The secondary wave has only adds, but each corner has stationary enemies you have to take out. And the final wave, Fermat will appear and beating him ends the stage. Remember, like Cleo, he can nullify buffs, so relying on shields to combat the electrified floors will be difficult when he shows up. The most difficult of the challenges will be the 2 Ranger challenge. The mini-boss in the first wave takes very little damage from physical, and will take a long time if your only DPS is those 2 archers. So to support them, a mage like Lei is a good idea just to handle that 1 mini-boss. Then a healer like Lime will be good for her utility versus the electric floors. Next up is 3-6 The World's End featuring Decane, or Decane, or Decane, I don't know. Alexa, how do you pronounce Decanee?
I pronounce that Decane, but text-to-speech is always improving and I might not have it quite right.
Even Alexa don't know. A relatively easy fight, she has a somewhat predictable pattern with her attacks. A charge-up attack that explodes over the whole map. This can't be cancelled, but break her shield before she is done channeling to reduce the damage you take. A teleport followed by Gaian's expanding claw ability. Remember, the pattern is the same as the 6 claw star as Gaian's, and above and below are the easiest dodges. And a binding attack that targets a single ally. This ability lasts a while, so Lime, Ronin, or Cleanse will help in removing this. That is the main part of her rotation. She also has a dark laser and summons dark crystals that deal a lot of damage. These 2 always come together, however I have seen them sometimes come in the middle and sometimes the end of her rotation. Lastly, she also has the same debuff as Guide where the damage you take increases each time you are hit with a skill. So max DPS and dodging what abilities you can are going to be key. And lastly, 3-7 New World featuring Baldanar himself. This is gonna be a tough one. First off, Baldanar's attack is a generic lightning attack, but every other lightning has a follow-up AoE that gathers, then deals a lot of damage, and removes all buffs. Buff-heavy teams using heroes like Jhin and Elysis need to avoid this attack entirely, as it can kill your DPS momentum. He uses that attack constantly, but for the rest of the fight, Baldanar is going to enter 4 repeated cycles. For each cycle, he will first teleport to a new location and then summon adds. He then channels an ability that if you don't cancel, deals massive damage and buffs the adds. And finally, any adds that aren't killed within 20 seconds will permanently increase his damage, damage reduction, reduce skill cooldown, and recover HP and MP. For his first cycle, he will teleport to the center. Next one will be the top left, then the bottom right, and lastly the bottom left. If you finish the final cycle, random mobs will start coming in and a timer starts that will fail the mission if you don't kill him in time. Are you scared yet? Good. Let's talk about how we do this. Aiming and stimulation are going to be very important because we need to hit 20 blue SP ASAP. The other 2 I like to bring are Elysis and Lei. This team works for the 3 hero challenge. For the regular fight, feel free to bring someone like Jhin or Lass. So the fight starts off, immediately spam your skills and dodge the AoE lightning attacks that remove Elysis and Lei buffs. Ideally, you hit 20 blue SP or close to it before he teleports. When he teleports, make sure to save 2 SP for Elysis to do her attack cancel first. Then spam your skills, and as soon as possible use Lay's ultimate to try to get as many ads as you can. Remember, the range of this skill is actually larger than shown. That circle is just the damage area, and it pulls in enemies from further than that. Then spam your skills to kill the remaining ads before the timer runs out. Ideally, none of the ads survives, as it only makes this level harder. Oh, and of course, the whole time you're doing this, you still have to dodge that AoE lightning skill I mentioned before. When you get the rhythm of this, it is simply repeating this for the next 3 cycles. The first cycle is going to be hard because you don't have a lot of time to build up blue SP for your ultimate. The second cycle is somewhat difficult because the mini-boss from Fermont stage is amongst the ads. But if you kill 95% of the ads, it should still be manageable even if he survives. And the fourth cycle I sometimes have issues with because the ads push around your heroes a lot. As for the challenges, the no assault challenge, again when Zero comes out, will have a more reliable tank flincher. But Dullahan works, or I actually did a Lei, Jin, Ronin, Amy build and shielded the explosions. The using Zero party skills challenge, that one is just mean. I barely scraped by on that one because again, that one kills your blue SP generation for the first cycle, which makes every cycle afterward more difficult. When the next tier of main and support weapons come out, that one will probably be easier as well. And the rest should be okay. Alright, I think that about does it for Raid 3, the Great Explosion of Kounat. Hopefully you guys found this video helpful. If you dig it, leave a like and subscribe for more videos. There is one thing I wanted to say before I signed off. I'm going to apologize for saying some of these names wrong. From the global NA server, Solink, Achooks, Wakayats, Technia, and Snow Miku. Not sure if you guys watch my videos, but I just wanted to say thank you for the support the other day. I'm not going to bring into light publicly what happened because it was petty, but it's just interesting some of the drama that's unfolding amongst the top 20 guilds on our server. Despite the whaliness of my account, I'm actually a pretty casual player. I play games because I like to have fun, and people trying to drag me into their drama, that kills it for me. So having some of the top guys in our server, some who I've never even talked to before, back me and my guild up the other day, that was pretty cool. Thanks again, I really appreciate it. But not to leave everyone else out, happy belated Valentine's Day to all my lovely Grand Chasers. I will be the Jin to your Amy, or Amy to your Jin, whatever you want. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see y'all next time. Peace.